scenario of to Lands Unknown. It's really just a cutscene scenario, which means pretty much only talking, which is also why I would very much like to wait a couple of seconds for at least some people to join, because there will be no time to catch up for anyone who joins later, and so either they know what the story is about, or they well, will be somewhat lost. Like it's Inferno, so Inferno is probably gonna join. I'm gonna see if there's anything I can update in the meanwhile, and apparently not. Okay, so there was some new stuff. Oh, I see. The second part has some scenarios. Like this is a scenario, a campaign I played in 1.14 a long time ago, and back then there was only part 1, and now there is a part 2 with 6 scenarios already. Anyway, Inferno has joined, and it's good enough for me. Oddly enough, I can only see the comment in the computer application and not on the phone, which is a bit weird. Let's reload it. Anyway, let's start. Now this is interesting. This should be, or I think this place is impassable, and my carpet master is just floating over there. But we'll have to see. I'm not really sure myself. And hi, Icky Toad. For the record, you're still alive and you're probably somewhere over there. I hope this works. Otherwise, we will be forced to stay here for the rest of our lives. Do not worry, Summoner. This is not the first time we created a wormhole to a different dimension. It is still a rather rare event, given the fact it requires incredible amounts of energy to make it work. But we've attempted something like that several times in our history and never failed. So yep, this guy is literally floating. Like, basically, this part is not traversable, it's impassable, so any unit standing over here, like for example this Carpet Master, is not able to get in here. So this placement doesn't actually make sense. I guess there were just too many units and this one was plopped down there. I do not know. Master, the battery is in place. All power nodes are connected and ready. I personally supervise everything. Awaiting your command, Master. Wait, is this midget responsible for opening the gate for us? Haven't you said these little brats are dumb? Oh, I did. But they are also quite ambitious. Trust me, it will work. Return to your post and activate the portal on my mark. And he heard me calling a midget and dumb. Now we are screwed. 3, 2, 1, now! If you remember, actually, like, this is basically a unit that makes this animation and stuff, I guess. Like, you can also see it on the map. There is a unit. There is something there. Like that's the technicalities of how this actually works. The Abyss! Finally! Thanks to your persistence, your dream has come true. Now you can all join your friends and relatives. Rushdie! Is the passage safe? I'd like to be sure the Magi aren't screwing me over. Don't worry, the gate is fully stable, as long as it's not cut off from its energy source. Huh. Go first, soldiers. So yeah, I've got a lot of soldiers walking there. Iggy Toad, you were over there. It's your turn, Rushdie. The wind in my hair. It feels different now. I'm not the same entity that I used to be when entering your mortal world several hundred years ago. When I took my form at that time, I was torn between reason and passion to reflect two eternal forces struggling in human minds and hearts. But now, I am finally united. This makes me wonder. Is the abyss still the same place now? There's only one way to find out. The abyss itself is already a divided place full of chaos, both creative and destructive in nature. This will not change anytime soon. You have achieved harmony, something most humans can only dream of. You can use the knowledge from the mortal world to do great things as a ruler of your dimension. I've seen so much during my presence in this realm. Deserts, mountains, sky, rain, my old masters dying and new ones being elected. In the end, I chose me as my final master. I learned so much during the time of him. More than I could ever imagine. I even perished for a moment, only to be born again. Now I am eternal, and I regret nothing. Standing here by his side, I see my home, and I know I'm finally back. I've never thought I would come this far. If I told my past self that he'll fight your men, befriend lizards who wanted to cook Jafar alive, become the leader of Tataba, and almost end up stuck here forever after aiding distant relatives of our kind, he would probably tell me to see a doctor. Well, fate can certainly turn out in bizarre ways. Well, it was certainly worth it. You could have easily been just another generic person, had it not been for my interference. Yet you are a walking legend. That A is superfluous. Yeah, all the stories I could tell. By the way, I wonder if you know how to get to the abyss, then why not do that? Ah, Summoner, there's still an enormous amount of knowledge left in this world to learn, and thus we have no intention of going to other dimensions yet. And besides, as magic doesn't work in the abyss, so even if we get there, we would lack ways to sufficiently research it. We might consider delving into other dimensions eventually, but first we'd need to exhaust everything this one has to offer, which is no easy task to say the least. Like this A is also superfluous. I understand. Anyway, thank you for your help. Okay, am I lagging? Oh, yes, I was lagging. And to the abyss. Abyss, like, this is by the way frozen. Is this place as a frozen terrain. Oh, and okay, this part is impassable, so I can only move up to there. So yeah, I actually have to go there if I want to leave. And I cannot end my turn without going in there. So, let's leave. By the way, note, when the portal appeared, the terrain changed to ice, like over there, in a hexagon shape. And now that the portal is gone, there is still a residue of ice, like those three. I can't exactly find out the coordinates, because there's dialogue going on here, and I can't, even if I skip it, I wouldn't be able to access the map afterwards. So I'm just wondering if this is a mistake or something else. I still wonder, why did we bother with all the effort to get to this particular summoner here? Well, if you ask me, it's entirely worth it. Me here bring Glom in here is the best thing to happen to my department in centuries. Now I can thoroughly research the Rune Masters. All my incomplete tomes shall soon be complete. I appreciate your enthusiasm for your research, Antiquarius, but look at the bigger picture. Wasn't the goal supposed to be Nomolas? I can't help but feel the plan got rather sidetracked. To answer your question, Amris, Normalus is still the goal. But since magic is of no use in the Abyss, getting to the first journey would be virtually impossible if the summoners hate us. Now that they no longer view us as enemies and are busy battling the native red beings, after having waited for centuries, we might catch a glimpse of an opportunity to reach him. Though I must admit, I have a rather uneasy feeling about him. As much as I studied him, even I can't fully figure out his motives. He could either be our key to achieving what the first civilization failed to do, or the biggest threat since the cataclysm. Either way, we must keep him in our sights. Understood. And that is all for today. The meeting is finally over. You may leave, gentlemen. You have arrived too early, Mehir. But when the time is right, you will return and fulfill our dream. The end. So Inferno congratulated Iggy Toad for surviving till the end, well, because he and Forest Dragon died in the previous scenario. And now this is the credits, which is mostly Inferno and a bit of Forest Dragon. And some other people, some of them I've heard of and some of them I haven't. And also me for proofreading, so that's nice. Yeah, like Cesting is obviously not me. And hey, I'm also in gameplay testing and also your Tender and for Task. Which are those two are also two viewers. Like for example, your Tender died in the previous scenario. Thanks Inferno. And yeah, see you next time for let's tease it a little bit. Inky's quest. This just gotta load first. Yep, it's lagging. That's a problem if you have a lot of campaigns. It needs a long time to load them first. Then let's see, where is it? Huh, I haven't seen that one before. Okay, I have seen that one, but it's been a long time since I've seen that one. Come on, where is it? I'm looking for Inky's quest. Okay. I'm really glad that we got that filter. There it is. That's the campaign we're gonna play. Are the cuttlefish mere beasts, or something more? What stories could they tell if they could talk? This story provides one possible answer. The easiest difficult provides hints for novice players, which I'm of course not gonna play. I'm gonna go for the Kraken, which I've already finished in 1.13. Anyway, see you next time, which is probably tomorrow, and thanks for watching. I, for one, am glad that I've actually finished the campaign.